Welcome to the pre-show hangout. We've just been discussing gestures to show that we're ready to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
Yang
how's
Yang
everybody this week?
wanted a thumbs up, and I was considering whether a middle thumb up would be an acceptable gesture, but no.
Those are not your thumbs.
Okay.
Although I guess you could like do this, but that's a different symbol. That's also bad.
It has been kind of a stressful week. How's everyone else doing?
I have a funny story.
Oh, good.
Yes, hit us.
Okay. So I'm hosting.
I went on a trip and it was very nice. Then I had to come home. And when I came home, I got a cold.
Wait,
But it's just a cold, so that's good.
wait, Aaron,
Another cold.
Did you hear that Steven was telling a funny story? Are we having the audio lag again?
Maybe. I didn't hear anything.
You
Yeah,
didn't hear
we're
Steven? Oh,
I can't
testing
hear
out
Steven
this
at all.
audio thing.
I thought you were just flaming on my
lagging?
story.
So Steven is talking occasionally. I hear Steven. The captions
hear
hear
Steven.
Steven. We can hear
Weird.
you
I
just
don't hear
fine. There's
Steven
no
at
audio
all.
lag.
I'm so sorry. I talked right over you. I
Weird.
don't hear Steven.
Only the lucky people
Yeah,
get
I can't
to
hear him
me.
at all.
Oh,
No.
that's hilarious. Oh, you must have the Google Meet. No, wait, you can hear me and Eric.
I can hear you and Eric.
Weird.
Google Meet is a demon.
Yeah, just quit and come back
But
in.
okay, here's a question I have. Steven, you got the green box like you're in like
Oh.
talking in
I'm working on it. Just 1
Zoom.
minute. Just 1 minute.
It was just great because Steve was like, I got a funny story to tell you. And we're like, please do. And then he starts on his story. And then you're like, oh, I went on vacation. It was, it was great timing.
I think I handle it pretty well.
Yeah, it's quite good.
It's like Steven starts talking, and then Aaron's like, counterspell.
Yeah, that was excellent. Counterspell. Excellent timing.
Oh, now we can't hear Aaron.
Oh, now we can't hear her at all.
Yeah, and you got
All
that
right.
video thing, Aaron. Hate so much? Hate so much?
You,
Was that what I
you
read?
love us so much. Oh, that's so nice, Aaron.
She said,
Aw.
no. I have the bathroom.
Have you ever seen that inappropriate lip sync lips? It was so funny.
Yeah.
Bad NFL lip syncs.
Yeah, God, that is so funny. Some of the
Still can't hear you, Aaron. I'm not sure why.
Hmm.
I don't know if you can hear us.
It's the pre-show hangout, so I can eat almond butter on bread, right?
As long as you don't have a
We're
fork.
casual.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Seldarine, so a bunch of people say, hello to us. I see we've got like Hostile Eldritch, Seldarine, Original Angston, Shay, Meyer Doug, Nubasaur42, all in the chat. Sorry if I missed anybody. Did I say Rumpus Imperator? Maybe I didn't. So, Seldarine says, what's it like not to be stressed? Is anyone not stressed? I want to know your secret. Sounds like Seldarine's a little stressed.
I don't know about that.
Nope, no idea. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'd
sorry.
love to help Seldarine, but I don't know how to not be stressed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there are certain relaxation things I do, but right now it's definitely a little bit of a stressful time. There's also a lot of good things going on. Oh, hello, Aaron. We can hear you.
Okay.
Hey, thanks for the sub, Meyer Doug.
Can you hear me?
What is
Aaron?
wrong with you?
Aaron, can you hear me? No.
I can hear you.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Good.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll
Can you hear me? Is there a huge lag?
There's
Because
probably a
I
lag
said that
now.
like a couple seconds ago.
So, Aaron,
No,
please say something after
Yeah,
the
you're
end of
not
my
matching up.
sentence right now. Okay, yeah, we got
You
an audio
are
lag.
lagging so bad. Your video doesn't match up even a little bit.
Oh boy.
Oh god.
What is
Technology.
Hmm.
So good when it works.
Well, we can always just
bad
do
when
the
it
Zoom
doesn't.
audio.
This
Yeah.
is really stressing me out like a lot.
Let's just do Zoom audio.
Let's see. Let's see if let's give her like one final crack, or maybe she could make the call.
Okay. Aaron, nod if you can hear me when I'm
No, she
right now.
left. She's not back in the Google Chrome.
Oh, she's okay.
I didn't hear
Wow.
it. Whatever you were saying.
Mm.
Can we figure out the lag? Because I have to eat my dinner, and I don't feel prepped for this game right now, and I'm getting very stressed. And
Oh no!
Yeah.
everybody's
Can you hear
watching
us
me
now?
be stressed. It's not fun.
You are excused from the pre-show hangout.
Yeah, Steven, your lips aren't matching up.
Okay,
so
okay.
It's
How
still
about-
lagging.
Yeah, how about let's
I
just
don't
do
know what to
Zoom.
do.
Let's
But
just,
you
let's
did
just
hear
do
what I
Zoom
said,
only
right?
today. No captioning.
Yeah.
Because if we can't figure this out. Aaron?
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, Google Meet
Going
has
to
betrayed
Zoom.
us, everybody. We're gonna do Zoom. Sorry about that.
Google Meet
Second.
blows.
I don't know why it's such trouble, and it's such trouble for me, and it's kind of a lot. I'm gonna be right back.
Okay,
You might be the only one on a Mac. That's the only thing.
so I got to tell you
Yeah.
this story.
Okay.
So yesterday, Tuesdays, I host the D&D club at the high school where I work. And I'm sitting in the room with the seniors who have their game going. And the DM is really good, and he's funny and he's creative. And he gets into his descriptions, really gets into his descriptions. But sometimes he gets ahead of himself. And you know how when you're describing something and it's really going and it's rolling, and then you stumble on a word and you just like, and the pressure builds up behind you to get that something out, and you just spit something out,
Uh-huh.
and it isn't always fit, right?
Mhm.
And sometimes the results are hilarious. He goes like this. They're fighting these undead dinosaurs, and he goes, when this triceratops just slams into you like a Dodge Durango full of Laotians.
Okay.
I don't. Oh wow.
It was so funny. I don't know if it was Laotians. It was like Bohemians or something. It was just a random nationality. It was so,
Okay.
there was-
Brand new ethnic
Probably
stereotype.
Samoans. I don't know.
God, it was funny. And just first of all, the Dodge Durango was pretty hilarious too.
Yeah. Wow.
Full of Scotsmen.
Did it make
was-
everyone at the table laugh at least?
Oh God, yeah, that was so funny.
See, that's good. You know, when everyone just gets a chuckle out of it and everybody has a good time.
Uh-huh.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody will flavor their spell later on to be like truck full of what'd you say?
Well,
Laotians?
Laotians, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Maybe somebody will flavor their spell to be like,
I don't even know
just a
where
truck
that
full of Laotians
is.
show up.
I'm embarrassed to say I don't even know where Laotia is. What is Laotia?
You mean Laos?
Laos.
Laotian?
Laos.
It's in Asia.
It's in Asia. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
So we do have some giveaways
should.
going on today.
See, so D&D can be really educational too. Like,
It can.
see, yeah.
Yeah. So in the meantime, we do have some giveaways going on today. So as you take a look here in this little window, we're giving away copies of the ebook of The Wasp Child. ! Enter for your chance to win. It is a novella that is like a sci-fi horror story that some people describe as monstrosity with tenderness and humanity. We
Sweet.
also have a dice set of your choice and a dice tray of your choice from phoenixdice.com. And that is !ticket to enter that giveaway.
We have great giveaways. I'm very pleased.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just love like being able to just spread books to all of our community members and just show them what new releases there are.
You all don't realize this, but we do the streaming thing for like two reasons. One, Steven thought it would be cool. And two, we get to give away cool stuff. So like, it is great. It is awesome. I very much enjoy spreading the love of gaming. and cool dice to everybody.
Yeah. So I see.
Is there another option besides Google Meet that would do the same thing and maybe is more reliable?
That would allow us to do the captioning.
Yeah.
So
Because the captioning is important. Like I really want to be able to do that.
Yeah. Anybody in chat have an idea?
there are a couple of other services, but Google Meet is the easiest and most economical. There is like web captioner for Zoom, but it is not very good. Like it is slow and like way less accurate, unfortunately. But maybe their algorithms got better. Who knows?
Is it humorously bad?
It
'Cause,
might be
you know.
humorously bad to us, but to anybody who actually needs it, it might be frustratingly bad.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So for us, it might be good though. I'm always reminded of the Steve Martin sketch in which he hypothesized what it would be like to speak wrong around little kids who are learning to talk.
Mhm.
And just so that they show up at, I'm going to do my best to impersonate him, the punchline. So they show up at school on the first day and they raise their hand and go, "May I mambo dog patch and a banana face?"
Wow.
And nothing makes sense. Yeah.
It's like proudly teaching your kids 1493 Columbus sailed the deep blue sea.
Oh man.
That one would be easier, I think, to teach the kids, because
Well,
kids see other people other than, their parents before they go to school. So
man, you
They
could
get-
really.
the English language or whatever native language from other folks. There was one guy who tried to avoid telling his child that the sky was blue because he was curious what she might identify it as if she hadn't been told that is blue.
All right.
Oh, neat.
And
What an interesting psychological experiment to do on your own child.
she was like, well, she didn't really she was like, that's a weird question. And finally, if he made her pick something, she picked white.
Mhm.
But she was really like not kind of thinking of it as having a color.
I've heard of cultures that don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that needs to be replicated though, because there was one thing where it's like, oh, cultures don't get these color words until later. But then there's something else that's like, well, but that is sort of ignoring this other branch of linguistics, blah, blah, blah. And it got into the weeds and I didn't follow. But I came away like, okay, we need more research on this. Because it sounds really nice to say like, oh, well, had, these color words. And then as the language developed, they got more color words and they didn't have blue because there weren't many blue things and blah, blah, blah. But
the freaking
interesting
sky. I mean, everybody's got the sky.
yeah, but that was sort of what he was testing, was that this guy's kind of a weird case because it's not really like there. Like it's way up high and it's not sort of in comparison to other things like, but I don't know.
What if a culture just had really bad weather all the time and literally never saw a clear sky?
And they'd have hundreds of words for shit weather. But
Yeah.
Well, part
Well,
of
it's called weather.
the argument of like they never saw blue things except for the sky, which is weird, is that like some of the cultures they were looking at, blue eyes weren't really a phenotype that was around very much in those areas. Like everybody's eyes were brown.
Mhm.
And if you think about it, like, okay, so blueberry's not really blue. And there are blue birds and butterflies, but depending on where those are, I think there's a kind of butterfly that is actually the only blue pigment, as opposed to like, I think also birds, but certainly people's eyes. It's not a blue pigment, it's a light scattering thing, which is why the sky looks blue. It's the ray something effect.
So I wonder if it's the blue morpho.
Yeah.
That butterfly. So that's a pigment.
I believe. I'm gonna
Interesting.
get on the internet and make sure that the stuff that I'm pulling out of my butt is correct. But
Seattle has a wonderful, the Seattle Science Center has a wonderful butterfly
Mhm.
greenhouse. Isn't
Yeah.
that such a
Yeah, that
neat
is pretty
place?
cool.
All the,
no, it's not the blue morpho.
Hmm.
It is a butterfly that has a blue pigment, but it's Nisea Abrina olive wing.
Whoa, interesting. And it's called an olive wing, not a blue wing.
Coherent scattering. Scattered light waves interfere to create a blue color.
Huh.
See, we're not the
Okay.
math stream, but we are the entomology stream.
That's So if you're a hypothetical culture that only has bad weather, you know, they live in the stormlands, like they would have so many different colors for the different permutations of gray and
Ugh.
black,
Oh,
right?
God, poor people.
It would be amazing though.
Oh, no, don't include me in that.
So it's Rayleigh scattering, and Rayleigh scattering is specifically the stuff that happens in the sky to make the sky look blue. And the coherent scattering is to make blue, or to have light interfere with itself to make stuff that they were saying for the animals and stuff.
So how do you spell Rayleigh?
It is spelled Rayleigh.
Oh, that's one
It
word?
was it's the scientist who studied it.
Ah, okay, cool. Well, this week has been pretty sweet around here. Very blustery, good weather, but
No hail, no sudden snow.
yeah. I'm looking forward to a weekend. I'm gonna hope to go up into the mountains and see if any of the morel mushrooms are popping up yet. I think this is about as early as they might, but there were a ton of wildfires here in the mountains last summer, and that's when the morels pop up, is where the fires were. So hope so. A couple of years ago, there were just tons of them. It's so much fun to go find them. They're not my favorite mushroom though. Favorite mushroom's still the chanterelle. What about you guys? Got anything going on this week?
Not exactly this week, but in about 2 weeks, I'll be going on a sailing trip along the Inside Passage up north. One of my buddies just got a boat, and he's taking like a 2-month-long sabbatical. He's gonna go all the way up to Alaska. But I'm just joining him for 1 week because I'm a sane person.
Wow. So it's a sailboat?
Yep. It's
Right
a
on.
really large sailboat, but it's also got a motor. I think that we'll be on motor for most of it, especially like in the first couple of weeks.
Yeah. Oh my God. That the inside, I've spent a lot of time on the Inside Passage going up to on the inside of Vancouver Island and inside all those Channel Islands. It's so beautiful.
I'm excited.
Yeah, you're in for it.
Yeah, you don't want to be on the other side.
No, not this time around. Yeah, maybe
Well,
once
at
I'm more
any time,
seasoned.
Graveyard of the Pacific is
Oh.
along the western side of Vancouver Island, and then down along the Olympic Peninsula. It just takes ships and like smashes them to bits.
Yeah.
How many people are going?
So people are joining and leaving throughout the course of the journey, but I think on average there's going to be about like 4 or 5 people on this boat. So there are, I would say like half the people are pretty seasoned at sailing, and the other half are like me. Like I've gone maybe like once or twice before, and so the captain is like training the rest of us to do all the everyday tasks, how to tie lines,
Yeah.
etc.
Are you sleeping on board?
Mhm.
How big is this boat?
It's freaking massive. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
That's
Well,
awesome.
how many beds does it have to sort of get the sense of?
Oh, it's got like 3 bedrooms. You could probably sleep like 6 people easily, and then there's like some additional sleeping options.
Wonderful.
They're
That's
less
cool. So
comfortable. Two
you'll anchor-
showers on a sailboat.
oh my God. Okay, that is a serious vessel.
Yeah.
Because I went on a little sort of pleasure cruise out across the sound and then back with some friends, and it had 2 bedrooms and probably slept like 4, because there's a double bed in one of them and then a couple of singles and sort of on the sides of stuff, so that it was pretty small. That was fun. But the couple, I knew them through choir, who took us out, they used to just like sort of travel around. Like some people treat RVs. That was them in their sailboat, like going around, and they go into port and stay with friends, or, stay in port for a while and then off they went again. And they had all these stories about back in the day, not that far back in the day, but a little bit back in the day. They could get email on their boat, but only email, not the rest of the web. So they'd have like friends and family or volunteers who would take like voicemail messages and transcribe them.
Oh, wow.
Because they couldn't get the voice messages, but they'd get like
Wow.
transcribed email of their voicemails. So
Yeah, that's interesting. That's basically like my friend too. He wants to eventually turn this into his like retirement life, like just sail around, just live on the boat. So it's like he didn't buy a house. Instead of buying a house, he bought a boat, but it is quite the nice boat.
That's amazing. So does he moor it somewhere in Seattle?
Yep. Shill Shoal Marina.
Yeah. Okay. Right on. 2 masts,
I believe it's 2, but I'll take a picture of it and I'll double check.
Oh,
like you'll hear
wonderful,
more
yeah.
about it before I leave.
That's so great. Yeah, that I'm happy for you to. That's such a cool. So you're gonna end up in Juneau or something?
He's gonna end up in Juneau. I don't know. His plan is like bonkers. If you're watching, Mike, I'm telling you right now, your plan is freaking bonkers. So part of this trip is like he's going all the way up to Port Rupert, and then he's going to fly out of Port Rupert to go to a wedding on the East Coast, and then fly back in a week later, get back on the boat with a new crew, and then come back down.
Wow. Okay.
I've been to Port Rupert, actually.
Have you?
It's this crazy like little. It's big, but it's this nothing little town. Because it wasn't there until the railroad needed a port. Uh-huh. So they just like starting building it up, as opposed to like most of the other settlements of any size, like started with other people, so it had more time to grow. So it's just kind of plunked down, and there's like one nice hotel in the place, and all the rest are the little sort of like non-chain motels that can be either scuzzy or like pretty nice, but there's not that sort of sense of like this is a chain. So like they have the sort of chain branding. Huh. And in our hotel where we stayed, there were these huge messages about no fish coolers in the rooms. The fish coolers could only go in the walk-in fridge.
I can imagine why.
So it's huge recreation, like fishing kind of town, and got all these shops for like fishing equipment and stuff. But here we were just doing a, sort of road trip. We took a ferry, so we had our car with us. So it was an interesting sort of little like hunting, fishing kind of little place.
Yeah, I'll have to get you together with, my friend, and, you could share your Port Rupert stories after this whole trip. But
got a beautiful little museum. Not that anybody necessarily needs that.
Where is Port Rupert exactly? On the mainland?
So no, yes, it's on the mainland of BC. If you sort of imagine BC, it's quite tall, and along the coast, it's sort of about a third to half of the way up. Which is about as far as like anybody bothers to live in BC.
Right. Okay. I think I've probably been there too. I used to work on a ship that would go up the Inside Passage, and then we'd stay up in Alaska and around Juneau and so on. But that one trip getting up there, the positioning trip, we probably, if that's the last place, we probably stopped there for water or something. So where are you flying out of to get home, Yang Yang?
I'm flying out of Nanaimo, but it is 6:26. We still
Oh.
have to run the recap.
Okay.
So okay,
So you're doing the island. You're staying on the inside of.
yeah, I'm
Vancouver
doing
Island.
the easy part. I'm doing the glamping leg because that's like my life. And then once I get more comfortable, maybe I'll do like the longer one in a future
Right.
date.
You mean
But,
you're not just biking home? Like that's what this story was building to.
right? Maybe next time.
All right.
Okay, so we'll see you all in a bit.
I'll go away.
So we're with the Rashemi crew, and it's safe to say, I think, that they kind of want to get out of there, and I don't blame them at all. Now, of course, in the wake of Artemisia's little date, which we know where that ended up, they kind of needed to go collect her, because, of course, the one time she chooses not to leave afterward, they decide to come and find her and patently ignore the magic item, in this case a headband of intellect, hanging on the door, which, rude, much, but, you know, haste is haste and all that. Of course, trying to sneak out when you're dealing with powerful, super crazy, I guess they're not crazy, but powerful witches, doesn't always work too well, especially when you're this group of people. So they kind of ended up caught, I guess, or at the very least dragged in front of a little witch tribunal, which, you know, ugh. The witches questioned them, brought in some people that might be able to speak on things they've been doing or things that they suspected the irregulars were doing, and Clement actually kind of stood up for them, I guess. He, at the very least, didn't throw them under the bus and seemed to speak on their intentions without tipping anything off, and I think he could have if he wanted to, given everything Artemisia had told him. The witches even kind of did a reading on some of the irregulars, which, well, they saw into their souls, I guess. They certainly picked out the weird corruption that Stong had experienced once before, but the whole thing was interrupted when one of the brothers, Theophald, showed up wounded and ranting about how the Boar spirit was back, and it was mad. Well, this could be an opportunity, so they decided to help out and even managed to get Brother Igor to give them the axe that he'd crafted, the one that looked so much like Cecilia's. So now they're off to face the Boar, and they're gonna need all the luck they can get.